The internet is on fire with whispers so wild, they sound like fiction until the receipts hit the timeline. Young Miami has officially broken her silence, and what she just exposed has the entire hip-hop world gasping for breath. Saucy Santana, her once ride-or-die best friend, has allegedly been sneaking behind her back, cozying up to Diddy himself, and according to insider leaks, sliding into the darkest corners of the notorious freak-offs. The betrayal is beyond anything fans could have imagined. The night the rumors dropped, social media turned into a digital war zone. Screenshots, audio clips, and shady subtweets filled timelines like grenades. One fan tweeted, "I knew it. Saucy'd been too quiet about Diddy. Carisha ain't lying this time." Within minutes, hashtags like hashtag Carrie Shaw exposes Saucy, hashtag Diddy freakoffs, and hashtag best friend BACKSTABBER shot to the top of Twitter. TikTok detectives went frame by frame through old Carisha Please episodes, highlighting side glances, awkward silences, and conversations that suddenly looked like confessions hiding in plain sight. And then came the line that King ripped friendships to shreds. Sources close to Young Miami claimed she discovered not only that Saucy had been at Diddy's private gatherings, but that he'd allegedly tried to replace her altogether, working his way into the same exclusive spaces she thought were hers alone. Imagine finding out your best friend wasn't just attending the same freak-offs you were trying to distance yourself from. He was allegedly positioning himself as the real main in Diddy's secret life. But that was only the beginning. The night Young Miami dropped her truth, the entire internet froze. One post, one furious caption, and suddenly the world of hip-hop gossip turned into a battlefield. Miami, who had been silent through weeks of speculation, finally snapped hand when she did. She didn't just aim at Diddy. She aimed straight at her former best friend, Saucy Santana. The betrayal wasn't whispered anymore. It wasn't alleged. It was exposed. Fans had long speculated about Diddy's infamous freak-offs, the coded parties that insiders whispered about, but no one dared to publicly name. Young Miami had always been linked to those rumors, from her cryptic interviews to the jaw-dropping claims buried in lawsuits against Diddy. But this time, it wasn't her name being dragged, it was Saucy's, according to Young Miami. Her ride or die, her so-called twin flame of friendship, wasn't just around the chaos. He was allegedly in the middle of it. The bomb detonated with a midnight Instagram story. Black background, white letters. 8 words that rattled every fan and blog. Funny how your best friend wants your man. That was all it took. Within minutes, Twitter spiraled out of control. Hashtags trended worldwide. Hashtag Carrie Shaw exposes Saucy. Hashtag best friend or BACKSTABBER. Hashtag Diddy freakoffs. TikTok detectives were up until dawn, stitching old clips of Miami and Saucy side by side, analyzing every shade, every side eye, every awkward laugh that now felt like foreshadowing of a betrayal no one saw coming. And then the leaks began. Anonymous accounts began circulating screenshots allegedly pulled from Saucy's phone. Blurry at first, then clearer as the hours passed. They appeared to show late-night texts between him and someone saved only as S. The messages were damning. "You said she not coming this time, right?" Followed by another, "Keep it between us. I'm not trying to have her find out." Fans immediately assumed S stood for Sean Combs, Diddy himself. Whether real or not, the damage was done. The internet was convinced Saucy had been sliding behind Miami's back, securing his own place in Diddy's infamous circle. The chaos only grew when a muffled audio leak surfaced on Reddit. A man's voice, fans insisted it was Saucy's, could be heard laughing. "Carisha, don't even know. I'm in the room, baby. I'm in the freak-off for real." Another voice, distorted but chilling, replied, "She. You already know she'd kill you if she knew." The clip was grainy, the voices imperfect, but 2 fans hungry for scandal. It was all the confirmation they needed. Miami's anger boiled over. Hours later, she tweeted, "Loyalty don't exist no more. Y'all can have the fame. I just want my peace." The post went viral instantly, with thousands of comments tagging Saucy, demanding explanations, dragging him as the ultimate betrayer. One viral reply read, "Imagine your best friend sneaking into the same freak-offs you traumatized from. This is betrayal on another level." But the betrayal narrative didn't stop there. Fans dug up Saucy's Poor Minds podcast interview from weeks earlier, where he claimed Diddy treated Miami like a queen, and nothing dark had ever happened between them. Now, spliced against the alleged leaks, his words looked like a calculated cover-up. He wasn't defending Miami. Fans argued he was protecting himself. Twitter lit up with accusations. He lied to save his own image, gaslighting at its finest. No wonder Carisha cut him off. And just when the gossip cycle seemed ready to explode, another alleged leak dropped this time. Private DMs, supposedly from Miami herself. Screenshots spread like wildfire, showing her blasting saucy and furious messages. "You lying about Diddy? Speaking on me when we not even cool? Sneaking behind my back for clout. You could have told them ask you about your business, but you had to drag mine. Now I know why you was sneaking the whole time." The internet melted down. Comment sections filled with fire emojis, snake emojis, and endless debates. Some fans sided with Miami, furious at Saucy for betraying a friend who had always defended him. Others called it a misunderstanding, accusing Miami of projecting her own guilt. But the damage was already spreading like wildfire. Clips from Carisha. Please episodes were suddenly under a microscope. Saucy's pointed questions about Diddy, his laughter at Miami's awkward answers, his refusal to soften when she looked uncomfortable of it now looked suspicious. Fans posted slowed-down edits of Miami's reactions, captioned, "She knew he was playing her." One TikTok racked up millions of views with the text overlay, "The betrayal was right in our face." But the real bombshell hadn't even hit yet. At sunrise, a blurry clip surfaced on Telegram channels, a supposed video from one of Diddy's parties. The footage, heavily watermarked and pixelated, showed neon lights, champagne bottles, bodies moving in shadows. And over the music, a voice fan swore it was Saucy singing one of his own hooks. The clip was chaotic, but fans didn't care. They were convinced it was proof he had been inside the very freak-offs he'd once denied. Celebrity reactions poured in, throwing gasoline on the fire. JT tweeted, "Best friends be your biggest ops." Cardi B liked a post dragging Saucy as a snake in designer shoes. Even Tamar Braxton dropped a cryptic message. "The closer they are, the quicker they'll cut you." The internet devoured every word, fueling the narrative that Miami wasn't just fighting Diddy's shadow, she was fighting betrayal from the person she once called family. And then came the whispers that shifted everything, from gossip to catastrophe. Insiders claimed federal investigators already had tapes of freak-off parties that named participants, tapes that could shatter reputations. And according to multiple anonymous tips, Saucy's name was on that list. The rumor alone sent shockwaves through the culture. Blogs speculated endlessly. Fans tweeted, "When the feds drop the tapes, careers are done." Screenshots of Miami wearing white nail polish resurfaced. Tied to previous lawsuit allegations against Diddy, fans connected dots, drew conclusions, spun theories that grew darker by the hour. By the end of the day, Miami posted one last cryptic Instagram story. "They'll sell their soul for fame. I've seen it with my own eyes." Fans didn't need her to name names. They already knew who she was talking about. But the cliffhanger that left the internet on edge came from an anonymous account claiming to have more evidence. They teased a 30-second audio clip said to prove Saucy Santana not only attended freak-offs but bragged about replacing Miami in Diddy's inner circle. The account promised to release it soon. The internet froze. Everyone braced themselves when the anonymous account finally released the promised audio. The internet didn't just react, it combusted. The 30-second clip was uploaded to Twitter at 2:17 a.m. and within 5 minutes it had been shared over 100,000 times. Fans woke up to chaos. The voice in the recording was confident, cocky, and chillingly familiar. Diddy said, "I don't need to worry." He said, "I'm good." He said, "Carisha ain't in the room no more." That was the line, delivered in Saucy's signature cadence. That one sentence detonated every timeline, every group chat, every gossip blog from Hollywood Unlocked to the Shade Room, if real. It was confirmation. Saucy wasn't just attending the freak-offs. He believed he was replacing. Young Miami outright.Twitter turned into a bloodbath. Fans screamed betrayal louder than ever. Hashtags surged. Hashtag Saucy Snakes. Hashtag Carrie Shaw deserves better. Hashtag Diddy swap. TikTok detectives layered the leaked audio over old clips of Saucy and Miami together, claiming the smugness in his smile had always been there, hiding in plain sight. One viral edit racked up 8 million views in hours, captioned, "He'd been plotting on her spot." Captioned, "He'd been plotting on her spot." Young Miami didn't wait long to respond. At 8 a.m., she dropped a series of tweets that had fans refreshing, like maniacs. The first, "So it was you the whole time." Then, "I let you in my home, my family, my world, and you wanted my man." The final tweet was a dagger. "Best friend. Nah, biggest up." Each post was retweeted tens of thousands of times. The comment sections flooded with snake emojis aimed squarely at Saucy Santana. But the firestorm was only beginning. Hours later, insiders began whispering about more proof. Allegedly, Miami had been sitting on voice notes, private conversations between her and Saucy where he slipped up, bragged, or admitted too much. Screenshots of a group chat circulated, claiming Miami had told her closest circle, "If you want to play with my name, I'll let the world hear what he said to me." Fans went feral. Everyone begged her to leak the tapes. Meanwhile, Saucy tried to save himself. He went live on Instagram, pacing in his living room, voice cracking with frustration. "That's not me. Y'all really believe this? Y'all think I do Carisha like that? Y'all crazy. I don't need nobody, man. I'm Saucy Santana. I am the man." But the comments shredded him. "It's your voice, though. So Diddy really told you she out the room, huh? Snake in Fenty boots." Thousands of viewers spammed the live with snake emojis until Saucy abruptly ended the stream. The damage was irreversible. Blogs jumped in immediately. Hollywood Unlocked posted the audio with the caption, "Saucy Santana exposed." The Shade Room followed suit, writing, "Young Miami throws subs at Saucy after leaked audio goes viral." Best friend turned enemy. Even TMZ chimed in, with sources claiming Miami and Saucy hadn't spoken in weeks and that their friendship was done for good. But the most devastating blow came from inside the industry. JT, Miami's City Girls partner, unfollowed Saucy on Instagram. That single action sent fans into a frenzy. If JT was picking sides, then it was official. The bond between Miami and Saucy wasn't just cracked. It was shattered. Then another twist landed like a meteor. A mysterious Telegram channel uploaded what they claimed were freak-off guest lists with blurred names and dates. Fans immediately zeroed in on one unblurred entry, Santana. The list, allegedly tied to a Brooklyn penthouse event, included high-profile initials and vague nicknames that sent conspiracy theories into overdrive. Blogs warned it could be fake, but fans didn't care. They believed it. They ran with it. Miami's fury spilled over once more. She hopped on IG Live, her face stone cold, her voice trembling with rage. "Stop asking me about that boy. He knew what he was doing. He sat in my face, smiled in my face, asked me questions for a show, and the whole time he was sneaking behind me. Don't play with me. Don't play with my name. Don't play with my pain." The clip spread like wildfire. Fans flooded the comments with support, calling her brave, calling Saucy a traitor, demanding she expose the rest. And then, as if the internet wasn't already choking on the smoke, a new insider leak dropped. Alleged texts between Saucy and an unnamed female influencer. In the screenshots, Saucy allegedly bragged, "Carisha, worried about her allowance. I'm worried about my seat at the table." Another line read, "When she gone, I'ma still be here." Diddy know who really loyal? The internet screamed. This wasn't just sneaking. This was plotting. Fans dragged him relentlessly, calling him sneaky, jealous, and the clout chaser of the century. Celebrities weighed in again. Cardi B tweeted, "Some PPL don't want their own shine, they want yours." Summer Walker posted a cryptic IG story. "Best friend or worst enemy?" The line, real thin. Even Nicki Minaj liked a shady comment that read, "Y'all shocked? He been messy." The betrayal narrative had officially reached nuclear levels. Miami's fan base rallied harder than ever, trending hashtag Protect Carrie Shaw worldwide. Saucy's denials fell flat, his fan base fractured. His name dragged through every corner of the internet, but just as the internet thought it had seen everything, a shadowy insider teased the darkest twist yet. A verified gossip page posted, "The feds have tapes. Saucy's name is in them. Y'all not ready for what's coming?" The internet froze. If true, it wasn't just gossip anymore. It was Federal. Miami herself added fuel to the fire, posting another cryptic message. "They've gone find out the hard way. You can lie to the blogs, but not to the law." Fans screamed in the comments, begging her to drop the receipts. And then came the cliffhanger. That same anonymous account that leaked the first audio returned with one final teaser. A blurred video still of two figures in a dimly lit room. Champagne bottles on the table, neon lights flashing. The caption read, "Full video drops soon. Guess who's in the frame?" The internet lost its mind. Was it Saucy? Was it Diddy? Was it both? The world braced for impact. The internet held its breath for hours, waiting for the promised video. By midnight, the anonymous account delivered, and what hit the timeline was nothing short of a digital earthquake. A grainy 2-minute clip, watermarked with the words, "For proof only," showed a neon-lit penthouse filled with blurred faces, champagne fountains, and shadowy figures moving too close for comfort. But the moment that sent shockwaves through the culture came at the 30-second mark. The camera panned briefly across the room, catching two unmistakable figures, one with Diddy's broad frame and signature beard, the other with Saucy Santana's glittering nails and unmistakable silhouette. The clip froze, replayed, slowed, zoomed in 1,000 times by fans who needed no further convincing. The internet had its smoking gun. Saucy wasn't just in the room. He was seated right next to Diddy, laughing, leaning in, whispering in his ear. Twitter detonated. Hashtags like hashtag Saucy Busted, hashtag Freakoff Files, and hashtag Carrie Shaw was right dominated the feed. TikTok detectives spliced the video with Saucy's old denials. Captioning them, he said he wasn't there. The video says otherwise. Fans flooded Saucy's socials with comments. "Snake in high heels, Carisha deserves an apology. This ain't best friend behavior." But Young Miami wasn't done. Minutes after the video dropped, she posted a chilling IG story. "Y'all see it now? I told you." Then a second story with a single broken heart emoji. Fans swarmed her comments, calling her strong, calling Saucy out as the ultimate betrayer. The bond that had once looked unbreakable now lay in ruins, shattered for the world to see. The fallout was instant and brutal. Celebrities who had once remained silent now weighed in. Cardi B reposted the video on her story with the caption, "When it's your own friend doing you dirty," Summer Walker tweeted. "That video says everything." Tamar Braxton chimed in again. "Some people love your light but hate that it's not theirs." Even JT, who had unfollowed Saucy earlier, doubled down with a cryptic tweet. "Never trust a friend who wants your spot." Fans screamed in the comments, convinced she was confirming Miami's side of the story. Saucy's reaction was messy, chaotic, and only added gasoline to the inferno. Hours after the video went viral, he attempted to clap back with another Instagram Live, dressed in designer shades. His tone was defensive, his words shaky. That video don't prove nothing. Y'all really trying to end me over a clip? That's not even what it looks like. I don't need nobody, man. I've been me before this. I'll be me after this. But viewers weren't buying it. The comments flooded with ridicule. That's you, though. Liar, liar, heels on fire. So you just happened to be next to Diddy at a freak-off. Explain that. Thousands of snake emojis filled the screen until Saucy, visibly frustrated, slammed his phone down and ended the live. The meltdown only fueled the fire. Blogs tore him apart, calling it the most unconvincing denial of the year. Gossip pages plastered side-by-side images of Saucy in the video next to his known outfits, pointing out identical jewelry and nails. Fans did split-screen comparisons, zooming in until there was no doubt left. And then came the darkest twist of all. Federal whispers. Multiple gossip outlets began circulating claims that investigators already had unblurred versions of the freak-off tapes. With Saucy's name attached, anonymous insiders claimed his participation was documented, his presence undeniable, and that he could be called as a witness or implicated in something bigger. Whether true or not, the rumor alone spread like wildfire, painting him not just as a betrayer, but as a liability. The betrayal narrative became a cultural phenomenon. Miami's fans rallied harder than ever, trending #ProtectCarrie worldwide. Old clips of her defending Saucy resurfaced, now framed as tragic examples of misplaced loyalty. Memes flooded timelines, Saucy depicted as Judas, Miami as a betrayed queen, Diddy as the puppet master pulling every string. The emotional toll showed in Miami's next appearance. On a shaky IG Live, she broke down in tears, voice cracking as she said, "You can forgive a lot of things, but you can't forgive your best friend stabbing you in the back. I loved him. I trusted him. And he tried to take everything from me." Fans flooded the comments with support, calling her brave, dragging Saucy as heartless, and demanding she cut him off forever. Meanwhile, Saucy spiraled. Another leak dropped alleged texts where he bragged to a close friend, Carisha, worried about her allowance. "I'm worried about my future. Diddy? No, I'm loyal. I'm the one that's gone last." The words spread like wildfire, igniting another wave of outrage. Saucy's denials rang hollow against the avalanche of leaks, videos, and insider whispers. The celebrity fallout deepened. Drake unfollowed Saucy. Nicki Minaj liked a shady comment dragging him. Even Megan Thee Stallion, usually neutral in beefs, reposted a fan tweet reading, "Loyalty ain't for sale." The message was clear. The industry was siding with Miami. By the end of the week, the narrative was sealed. Young Miami had exposed Saucy Santana not just as a betrayer, but as someone allegedly sneaking behind her back for Diddy's attention, caught on tape at freak-offs, and now staring down the possibility of federal scrutiny. But just when the world thought the scandal had reached its peak, the anonymous account returned one last time with a final cryptic message. "You think it ends here? There's one more name, one more video, one more betrayal." Attached was a blurred still frame of yet another freak-off video. 3 figures sat at a table. One was Diddy, one appeared to be Saucy, the third was blurred, unrecognizable, but the caption said everything. "You won't believe who's sitting with them." The internet froze again. Who was the third person? Another friend? Another celebrity? Someone even closer to young Miami than Saucy? The cliffhanger was nuclear. The world braced itself for the next detonation. And there you have it, the betrayal nobody thought possible. Saucy Santana, once young Miami's Redordai, caught on video sitting right next to Diddy at the freak-offs. The denials, the excuses, the shaky lives, they don't stand a chance against the receipts flooding the internet. Miami's tears, her heartbreak, her fury, it's all proof that this isn't just gossip anymore. This is friendship destroyed, loyalty shattered, and a scandal that could drag the entire industry into the fire. But the story doesn't end here. That blurred still of the third person at the table, who is it? Who else was sitting in that room, laughing, sipping champagne, part of the freak-off chaos? If Saucy was the snake Miami exposed, then who's the shadowy figure waiting to be revealed? When that next video drops, won't just be Saucy's reputation on the line, it'll be someone even bigger. Someone whose name will split the culture in two. That's why you cannot afford to miss a single update. Smash that like button right now if you're riding with Young Miami. Hit subscribe and turn on ALL notifications, because the next bombshell could detonate tonight, tomorrow, or in the dead of nighthand when it does. You'll either be watching it first, or you'll be the last to know while the rest of the world explodes without you, and I need you in the comments. Do you think Saucy really plotted to replace Miami? And who do you think that third blurred figure is? Drop your theories right now, because when the truth comes out, history will remember who guessed it first. This isn't gossip anymore. This is survival. And the next reveal could end it all. Could end it all.